Hi, welcome to Mat100 Basic Math. I'm going to take this phone off the hook. Section 4.5, Special Percent Problems. These are special problems that kind of come up maybe in everyday life or are similar to problems that you might encounter. And the first thing we have to look at is kind of things that are on sale. When they talk about sometimes you buy merchandise and you get a discount. So the net price is what is the retail price. That's the price it should sell at. It's just a fancy name for the retail price. The list price, excuse me, the net price is the sale price. This is the price you're going to get it on sale. I'm sorry. That's the price you're going to pay for it. The list price is the retail price. Sorry, I had it backwards. That's the price that, it's got the ticket on it and says that's what it's supposed to say, but maybe they got a 30% off sale or something. And then the discount is how much you're going to get marked off. This would be in actual dollars. This is the dollar discount that you're going to get. And the net price is what you're going to pay for it. Sometimes we call it the sale price. List price is the retail price. And this is the discount, is the amount of money you're supposed to get off. Okay. So we're still going to use our formula P over B equals R over 100. But we may sometimes use variations on this. So the discount that you're going to get, we usually put the discount over the list price, and that will equal the rate of discount over 100. So it's kind of like this formula right here. This is the base, the list price. The discount is the part that you're going to get knocked off, and then the rate over the discount. Well, let's try a problem and see if it makes any sense. Okay. The list price on a tool, you're going to buy some kind of a tool or something. The list price for this thing is $18.50. That's what it's supposed to sell at. And they're going to give you a discount of 20%. So you want to know, first of all, you want to find out what is the discount. And then the next thing you want to find out is how much you're going to pay for it. How much is the actual net price or the sale price. So it's kind of a two-step problem. Okay. I'm going to set it up two different ways. Kind of show you. We can put the discount. Now, this is a percent, okay? So the percent has to go over 100, right? The list price is $18.50. It's kind of list price of the total. And this is going to give you the discount. We'll put a D for discount. So if we calculate that out, we get 18.50 times 20, right? We're going to multiply diagonally. Divide by 100 equals 3.7. Well, in real money, that meant $3.70. Now, that's not what you're going to pay for it. It would be nice, but that's just a discount. That's how much they're reducing it by. What you're going to pay for it is $18.50 minus the 370. And this would be your net price. This is what you're actually going to pay. So it's 1850 minus the 370. I'm sorry, you can't see that too well. Bring it down here. Okay, 14.8 or $14.80. That's your net price. We've put it over here. So first we calculate the discount, then we figure out the net price. Okay, another way you can do this problem without using proportion is when you want to take a discount of 20% of usually means multiply. So we're going to change this 20% to a decimal, 0.20, right? Going to move our decimal point 2 places away. 20% times how much did it originally sell for? 1850. And that'll give you the discount. Instead of doing all this, what the 100 does is it moves your decimal point automatically. But you can do it manually. 0.20 times 18, let's see. 0.20, let me put it up here so you can see a little bit better. 0.20, up a little higher, times 1850, 370. That's the amount of discount. And then we're going to just subtract that from the 1850. I think this is a little bit more straightforward way. And then sometimes it's not, proportion is good, but it sometimes can slow you down too. So this is actually the price that you're going to pay. Sale price, okay, $14.80. So I hope that helps. It's sometimes easier just to go on with this, just this way. Makes it a little bit easier. Here's another problem that we're going to work on. Let's try this one. It says after a 20%, after a 25% discount, if I can write, the price for this, whatever object, the sander, price of a sander is $57. Okay, they want to know what was the original price, what was the list price. Okay, so this one's a little bit more complicated than we usually do. I'm trying to show you the easiest way to do it. Let's do it this way. The $57 is what you're paying for this thing, right? That's the part. And we're trying to figure out what the original price was. And we're going to set this up by a proportion on this particular problem. And this was the total price, the original price. Let's just put original. And this would be 100%. But the trick to this problem is that you paid 75% of the original price. If you get a 25% discount, you're actually paying 75% of the original price. You simply subtract 100, take away 25. And that's going to be your percent here. You're paying 75% of the original. And I'll go back and show you this a little bit more. So let's call this X for the original. And then use 57 times 100 divided by 75. And that came out to $76. So that was the original price, the list price. Okay, so let me go over something with you. Let's say you go to JCPenney's and you find a pair of pants or something like that, and they're $30. But they're giving you 30% off. Okay, so if I change this to a decimal, and I take the 0.30 times 30 right here, I'm going to get $9. That's my discount. And then if I subtract the $9 from the 30, I'm going to get $21. It's going to cost me $21 for these jeans. But a faster way, if you're not worried about what is the discount, you're just kind of worried about what am I going to pay for this? What's the sale price? Take the 30% and subtract it from 100. That's 70%. And if you take 70% of this and you can change it to a decimal, 0.70, it'll give you how much you're going to pay. $30 times 0.70 is $21. You're paying $21 for these pants. See, it's a little bit faster way of doing it. You can subtract off the discount, or you can change the percent by subtracting it from 100. And usually that's a little quicker way of doing it. And that's what we've kind of done on this problem. We changed it instead of 25%, that would have given us the discount. Then we would have had to find the original price and all that kind of had to add that to the $57 and all that kind of stuff. Instead of doing it that way, we just can go directly and find it. So that's a technique we sometimes use. Let's see if there's another one here we can do. Okay, this kitchen sells for $800, and this is a sink. I don't know what kind of sink you're getting. The sink sells for $884. Okay, and the contractor's giving you this sink for $57, 574. I would say $575. He's selling it to you. So you're trying to figure out what's the rate of discount? How much discount am I getting? Well, this one's pretty easy because you're just going to put 575 over 884, and that should give you the discount, the percent, over 100. So this probably would be a little bit easier. Now, you could have just divided these. It's a fraction. See, you could eliminate this and just say, okay, this is 575 divided by 884. And that comes out to about 0.65. And then all you have to do is change that to a percent. 65%. Watch. If I take the 575 times 100 and then divide by the number that's left, what do I come up with? 65. Same number. Okay, so, I mean, you can just divide it and that would give you the decimal equivalent, or you can set up as a proportion. The 100 is just moving your decimal point automatically. If you feel that's more comfortable, you can do it that way. All right. You got any more here? I'm kind of looking at it. So we talked about it. Okay, let's talk about sales tax. You're going to buy something and there's going to be some sales tax on it, right? Okay. The total cost equals the list price plus the tax. I mean, one thing we can never escape is taxes. Total cost, list price, tax. Okay. So let's say you go into the store, you buy something for $76.50. The sales tax is 7.75%. And you want to know how much this object is going to cost. Okay, so we're going to multiply. It's kind of like a discount in a way. We're going to multiply this by this number, but we have to change it to a decimal. 0.0775. This is the quicker way of doing it. Grab out your calculator. $76.50 times 0.0775 equals $5.93. They're going to round it up. So you owe $5.93 in tax. So how much is it going to cost you? We're going to add these together. 3, 14, carry the 1, 12, 8. $82.43. I tell you a little trick I use. When I go to the store, because say I saw this object for $76.50. Okay. I know when I'm going to ring out, it's going to be more money, right? So I just figured 10%. And the way I figure 10% real fast is I move my decimal point one place. And I think that's 7.65. That's going to be the tax. Now, I'm off a little bit. That's okay. But it gives me a rough estimate of how much this thing should cost. So when they ring it up, if it's $82.53, that's better. But it gives me a kind of a rough idea of how much the total cost is going to be. Say you buy a refrigerator for $1,200. Okay. Roughly, I'm thinking you're going to have to add tax to that. So I'm going to move my decimal point over one place, 10%. Yeah, it might be less. It might be 8.9 or 9%. It's usually pretty close to 10% now. So that's 120. So this should be around 1320 when they ring it up. It'd probably be a little less, but that's in your favor. But you have an idea, like you're not thinking, okay, I'm going to buy this for $1,200. Let's say you're buying a car. The car is $24,000. How much tax are you going to pay on that? Move your decimal point over one place, $2,400. So that car is going to cost you $26,400 now, even though they're giving you a price at $2,400. You see, it's going to be a little bit higher. So if you use that little trick, it kind of gives you an idea of estimating the tax into your thing. And then you look, okay, I'm paying 26 for this car now, because they have to add on the tax. And, and that might include also the title fee, like they walk down to the title office and they turn it in and they charge you $495. You can stop that fee, but you'd have to sit down at the title office all day, But think, you say, no, I'll take it down myself, process it. They probably won't let you. But you see, that's an extra fee. That's like $500. So you can figure this $2,400 probably covers that fee also, or thereabouts, And then, of course, they added on $1,000 for the fantastic paint finish that they're going to, that won't get ruined after 3 years, but after 7 years it might, So who knows? Okay. Anyhow, we won't get into that. Buying a car. Okay, what else we got here? Let's say you're going to make out a small loan. One of the simplest loans you can take out is a simple loan. And on that simple loan, you have to pay interest. Interest equals principal. That's how much you're borrowing. Times rate. That has to be in a decimal. Has to be a decimal. Times time. And time has to be in terms of years. Okay. So let's say you're buying something, and this is usually how a credit card works. You're buying something for $500. The rate of interest is 18% because they always charge you a lot on credit cards. So you have to change that to a decimal point, 18. And let's say you're going to pay on this for 2 years times 2. So you multiply all that out. And that's $180. That's the interest. Okay? High for interest. But that has to be added on to the principal. So the total is that you're going to pay for this after 2 years is not $500. I know it's a 0% interest. It's $680. Now, if you want to figure out your monthly payment, how many months are there in 2 years? 2 times 12, 24. Simply divide this number by 24, and that'll tell you your monthly payment. 680 divided by 24. You're going to pay about $28.33 a month. And that'll buy that for you. Whatever you bought for $500, you can pay it off in 2 years at $28.33. Now, if they bring down the interest rate to 12%, let's see what happens to that. 500 times 0.12 times 2 years. So the lower interest rate brings it down to 120. So now you're paying a total of 620. You divide that by 24, and let's see what happens. 620 divided by 24, $25.83. So it brought it down a few bucks per month. But over a period of time, you're going to save yourself $60 over 2 years. Maybe it's not worth the hassle, but on a long-term loan, the difference between these, like a mortgage on a house, difference could be a huge amount. Okay, and also a huge amount in your payment. What else we got here? Okay, well, let's say we're taking out the simple loan again, but you're not going to take it out for a full year. Let's say you take it out for 9 months. But remember, I said time is in terms of years. So how are we going to do that? Okay, let's say you bought something for $500 and the interest rate is 18%. But now you only want it for 9 months. You're not going to put 9 here because 9 stands for years. What you're going to do is put 9 12ths. Let's reduce 9 12ths down. 9 divided by, what's there? Well, we could actually just not reduce it, change it to a decimal. 9 divided by 12 is 0.75. So that would give you the amount of time in terms of months. 9 months is 3/4. 3/4 is 75 cents. So this is 500 times 0.18 times 0.75. And that'll tell you that you're going to pay $67.50 in interest. The total cost is 500 plus the 67.50. That's how much you're going to pay. Maybe you're going to pay it off in one big lump sum. Then you have to pay 500. You can use it for, maybe it's a TV, you're going to use it, and then you're going to pay it off in one big sum at the end of that period of time. Now, another important thing, you take out a loan and it says, okay, interest free for 24 months. Okay, that means you don't have to pay any interest. But you want to figure out, let's cut this back, 0 interest. Okay, still 2 years. But you still have to pay back the $500. Okay. If you wait 1 day over, you're going to have to pay the 500 plus all the interest. If you pay it 1 day early, you just pay the $500. You save yourself $120. Well, what you could do is budget yourself 500 divided by 24, $20.83. So, but $21 put aside each month, and then you have the 500 saved up. 21 times 500, times 24, $504. You can take the $404 and I don't know what you can do with $4 anymore. Buy a couple of sodas. Okay, so that's kind of how that works. All right, any more fancy things? Commission. Some people work on commission. They don't get paid a salary. They don't get paid wages. They get a commission. This guy, he sells, maybe it's a car salesman. And he gets a 12% commission on what he sells. And he's selling a car, real estate agent, same thing. They sell the car for $4,000. He gets 12%. So again, change 12%, 12% of the 4,000 times. So if we multiply by 0.12, 4,000 times 0.12, he's going to get $480. We can write this off. Fancy commission equals the principal times the rate. How much is sold times the rate, and that'll tell you how much commission he's going to get. And that's the fastest way of doing it. Change. You can set it up by proportion, but if you can avoid a proportion, it's a little bit faster. So that's about it. This guy's paid $800 per month plus a 4% commission. What is the amount he must generate in order to earn $40,000? We're not going to worry about it. Okay. All right. I'm going to worry about that. Talked about that one. In the book, they have some things with efficiency. Output over input equals efficiency, which is a percent, over 100. So that's just like the part over the total. If you have a machine that's supposed to generate $175, 175 horsepower, that's what it should, but now it's only producing 140. So its efficiency is down. That's what we're trying to find out, over 100. All we got to do is multiply. Divide by 175. Divide by 175. Bingo, 80. 80% efficient. Whatever that means. Okay. I'm just looking through some things to make it a little bit easier. Okay. Sometimes we have to figure out, let's say you got a raise. Let's see. If I can find one here. And let's say you get a 20% raise, because they're always advertising 20% raises. So you were earning, let's say, $24,000 a year, and you got a 20% raise times 0.20. You just multiply that out. That should tell you how much your raise was. 24,000 times 0.20 is $4,800 raise. Pretty good if they give you that. So now your new salary is $24,000 plus the raise. So now you're making $28,800. Pretty cool, huh? Okay. Sometimes you want to find out the percent of increase. Percent of increase. How much did it increase? So let's figure the same salary, same problem out by trying to figure out that percent. Okay, so your new salary is $28,000. Your old salary was $24,000. We're going to subtract those, and that gave you your amount of raise, $4,800, right? So the way we're going to set up percent of increase is, I've got to kind of think about it a little bit. The change, that's what this is. The change, I'm going to write it out here, change over the starting amount. Don't put it over what you're making down. Put it over the starting amount. Is equal to the, you could change it, but maybe it might be easier to do the percent over 100. Change over the starting amount equals the percent over 100. And this would give you the percent of increase. See, you increased, or you can do it for a decrease if it went down, but you always put it over the starting amount. So the change is 4,800 times 100, cross multiply, divide by 24,000. See, we came up with our 20%. So change over starting amount equals 100% over 100. That's how we find percent of increase, which is, sometimes that's interesting because here I'm running out of paper. Let's suppose you were making $12 an hour. And now they give you a 25%. They give you a 25-cent an hour raise. So now you're making 12 and a quarter. So you want to figure out how much raise did they give me as far as a percent? Okay, find the difference, subtract these. Well, let's put the 12 on the bottom. That would be a 25-cent raise you got. Okay, so the change, and 25 cents is change, I guess, but the change over the starting amount, how much did you start out making? $12 equals the percent over 100. And then we can figure out what percent of a raise was that. So 0.25 times 100 divided by $12. I'll put the whole thing in. Equals a 2% raise. You thought you were getting a automatic 2.08% raise. That was a 2% raise. Let me make sure I got it written down right. 0.25 times 100 divided by 12. Yes, 2% raise. Not a whole lot to get excited about, huh? But they made it sound like a big deal. Okay. You guys want to find the percent of increase change over. So I think that'll kind of give you an idea how to do some of these things. And, sometimes you do them in a two-step, like we did these, in a two-step, find your discount and stuff, and then subtract if you're getting a thing. I showed you a couple other tips, so hopefully this will help you. If you get stuck, send me a message and we'll see if we can help you.